Hi, I'm Don from DonDronesOn. A couple of weeks ago, I fell out of a plane backwards without a parachute, or so it felt. My Gmail account had been hacked, my YouTube channel had disappeared from the face of the earth, and I had no idea how much farther this disaster could spread. Listen to my story and hopefully learn how to prevent it happening to you. I'm not an idiot, but on May 29th, 2026, I made a massive mistake. And quite frankly, I'm ashamed to admit it. But I realize if it happened to me, it could happen to you too. So why not share the learnings? Let's get into what happened and what we can all learn from this scam. First off, I'm fortunate enough to receive quite a few offers to do product reviews. They send me a product, I review it, and I get to keep the product. I love gadgets like that, and I only select products that I would actually find useful. So it's a pretty sweet deal. Drones, e-bikes, robot lawnmowers, very cool stuff. So in the afternoon of May 29th, I received an email from a marketing guy representing a company I had done a review for a couple of years ago. Now, I'm not going to name the product because I don't think it had anything to do with them, but here's the email address of the bad guy. The product I had reviewed earlier was very good, so I was quite excited. But they were only offering me a microphone, which I wasn't interested in at all. I replied to the email mentioning another product from the same company and asked if I could review that as an alternative. They replied immediately, which should have been a warning sign. Nobody replies fast from these companies, which are usually in Asia. They said the company would likely be very happy with the review of this other product, but I had to sign up to their marketing program regardless. Again, this should have been a clue, but then again, other companies sometimes send contracts with terms and conditions that you have to agree to, so it was not far-fetched that I would have to log in. And besides, they already had my trust because I had done a review with the company before. Duh. I mean, all they had to do is look on my channel and pick any one of my reviews and then just reel me in. So the marketing program link first asked me to confirm my YouTube channel. They had a little image of my channel and that made me feel comfortable once again. And then the killer. They asked me to authenticate by logging into my Google account for the channel. And I did. The login looked exactly like any login screens from Google, but they were clearly fake. Just a means to capture my email and password. I'm so used to logging into sites hundreds of times a day, I didn't even think twice. I'll call it login fatigue, or maybe security desensitization. Yeah, that sounds a lot better than just plain stupid. Anyways, after logging in, the website just went to a blank screen and spun for a few minutes. I went back to the email and yeah, I even tried it again. Oh my God, even more stupider. Same thing, spinning. But I still just figured it was a bug or maybe some sort of problem with my internet. So I replied to the email saying I was having troubles. At some point in this, I received a Google security warning email asking if it was me logging in from someplace in Ontario, Canada, which is where I live. Well, I had just tried to log in and my location is often a little bit goofy because I use Starlink. So I ignored the warning. I also ignored the second one. But clearly these logins were them using my credentials to log in, probably using a VPN to spoof their location as Ontario to fool me into thinking it was me. Turns out later they were in Belarus. About 15 minutes later, I discovered I could no longer access my email. I assumed it was some technical issue and went through the usual fumbling around trying to get, well, anything to connect. But it was only my email. And that's when it struck me that I had been hacked. And by that time, it was far too late. They were into my Google account, had changed my password, they changed my recovery email and recovery phone number, all to numbers and emails of their own. And yes, I had two-factor authentication turned on, but all they did is disable it. And this was my main personal email account that connected to everything, including my YouTube channel, Google Drive, and AdSense account. And it was the account I used for banking and a zillion other websites. I spent many minutes trying all the other try another way options to log in, but failed at every attempt. I then spent a good hour or more logging into important stuff like my bank, checking that things were okay, and changing passwords like crazy. Somewhere around 3 hours into this, I received an email on my secondary DonDronesOn account asking where my channel had gone. I freaked out. My DonDronesOn channel was gone, and I couldn't get into the YouTube Studio account I used to manage it. Now, my channel was just shy of 30,000 subscribers, so it was big, but not huge. It was monetized, but really just a minimal amount of revenue, so not the end of the world financially if I lost it, but still a massive investment in time and energy, and I definitely wanted it back. I started Googling how to recover Gmail accounts and YouTube channels. I tried all the recovery tips and techniques and got nowhere. At some point, I reached out to my business partner, Larry, who is a technical guru. But even with his help, we were stumped. I clearly needed technical support from Google themselves, but it turns out that Google has basically gone to a self-serve model. There's lots and lots of help pages, and all they do is lead you around in circles, and there's no one real to talk to. I found out the only way to contact them is via X or Twitter, using the handle @TeamYouTube. Now, of course, I didn't have an X account, and I wanted to ensure I had a safe email account, so I set up an email account and then an X account. As a newbie on X, I assumed you would just initiate a chat with @TeamYouTube, sort of like on Facebook. But it turns out that there are fake @TeamYouTube accounts. The real Team YouTube doesn't accept chats. They have to be the ones to initiate a chat with you. Another day or two passed before I figured that out. So if this happens to you, go to the Team YouTube channel or whatever they call it on X, post a public notice that you need help recovering your Gmail and YouTube accounts. And obviously don't give out any account names at this point. Then you wait for Team YouTube to reach out to you by chat. They got back to me the next day, which was day 5 since the hack. They asked me for the channel URL that I had lost and for an email I could be reached at. I replied very quickly and they got back to me the next day. They sent me a recovery form to fill out. And honestly, that form was tricky. They wanted to know the ID number for my YouTube channel. Not the vanity URL like @DonJoyce, but the actual 20-odd character random code. It took me a while to find that, but I did dig it out of an old email that I had sent someone from my other account. This is a code that would be well worth writing down somewhere. Same thing for my Google AdSense account that they asked for. This is the account that controls my monetization income. There's an account number for that, which of course I couldn't get into to find, but again, I found an email with the magic number. They also asked me for a complete list of all the devices I had used and the locations where I'd used them, where I had accessed my account over the past 9 months. Now, this was a bit of a challenge because I had been on a couple of trips in that time frame, but I sat down with a calendar and got it done. Within a few hours of me submitting the form, I received another email from the recovery team. Yay! First off, they acknowledged that my email account had been compromised and that my YouTube channel had in fact been shut down. Strangely, this was a relief to hear. At least I wasn't trying to convince them that I had been hacked. They figured it out. They also said that they had disabled my email account, so nobody could get into it, and provided me with detailed instructions and 2 links for recovery. The first link was to attempt the recovery, and the other link, somewhat ominously, was the one to use if the first one didn't work. Well, as it happened, neither of the links worked. They just led to the usual kind of login screens that asked for my password, then offered try another way, which suggested that I send verification codes to the hackers. So I tried all that. I tried it everywhere. All my devices in incognito mode, everything. And then I provided the team the feedback that it didn't work. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. On the evening of day 6, I received another email, this time with a simple password reset link. And it worked. I was able to access my Gmail account and my Google Drive, but not my YouTube channel. And there was nothing wrong in my Gmail account. Everything seemed fine. I sent them a thank you note and asked, but what about my YouTube channel? Again, a long wait, the longest 24 hours ever. That 24-hour wait drove me crazy. My partner, Joy, kept me breathing, thankfully. On the evening of day 7, June the 5th, I received a raft of strange warning emails about monetization and copyright issues. Then, my channel just magically appeared. Yay! Everything was fully intact, including content, subscribers, view counts, everything. Well, except for one thing. The only thing that was missing was playlists, but they appeared the following day. There was a message from the recovery team explaining that one video had been removed due to policy violations, and they gave explicit instructions on everything to check to ensure that no backdoors had been left by the hackers. I carefully scrutinized every element and setting of my Google account, my Gmail, and YouTube channel, and nothing else was touched. Just this one bogus video about Bitcoins. Apparently, this is one of the main reasons YouTube channels get hacked, to put out these fake cyber currency videos that somehow include links to downloads so that they can then use those to hack into other people's accounts. So I may have been lucky. So what can we learn from all this? Well, the main thing is pretty obvious. Increased scrutiny about clicking on links and typing in your password. Unless you're absolutely certain it's safe, just don't do it. And even if it does sound safe, ask yourself twice before typing in credentials. And I've stopped my usual practice allowing my browser to remember my passwords. Sure, it's convenient to do that, very convenient, but oh my God, it is so risky, especially when the credentials are shared across multiple devices. If someone steals your tablet or your phone or whatever, they could potentially access all your accounts. Same with doing the login using Google or Facebook. I just say no. I now have different accounts and different passwords for most of my websites, differing with a few characters that I remember for each one. Pain in the butt. I now have a separate Google account for my YouTube channels, because I actually have 2 channels. They didn't touch the second channel, by the way. So separate Google account for my YouTube versus my personal email. So I won't lose both if one is hacked. Yeah, complicated sometimes, but I'm getting used to it. All that said, these scammers get better and better every day, and one day you may get duped. My advice is to immediately recognize it and immediately attempt to get into your account and change the password before they do. It's pretty easy to get complacent with logging into websites and accounts all the time, but I can vouch for the stress and hassle of getting phished. And I think I was probably lucky. I've certainly learned something from this experience, and hopefully you do too. Just click the link below for more top secret tips. Haha, just kidding. Thanks for watching.